I mean, and like I said, for me, like I feel like it was important to be able to see kids my age going through that stuff because it wasn't, you just didn't have TV shows like that. You had the wholesome stuff. I mean, even with like things like 90210 or something like that, the original one, like they touched on issues, but it was so overly dramatized. It just didn't feel real. And Degrassi felt very real.
Yes, I think especially because they made an effort to hire actors like the age that they were playing.
Yes.
And I know like
Yes.
90210, like Luke Perry was like 28 or something already by
Oh,
the time he was on that show.
yeah. Gabrielle Carteris, the one that played Andrea, was like in her 30s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Fucking
looked,
crazy.
and looked like she was in her 30s. Like it wasn't like she was like really, I mean, she didn't look old for her age, but she didn't look like she was in high school. So that helped too. And one of the great things too about junior high was that they got real kids.
Yeah.
Like they looked, not everyone was pretty. If they had a pimple, they didn't put makeup on them. And I wanted to say that I've seen interviews with Miriam McDonald where she said that in the beginning of um,
Next
the Next
generation.
Generation, it was kind of the same way. Like they
Yeah.
didn't use a lot of makeup, and I mean, I feel like they really lucked out with like Miriam McDonald
Oh my
and
God, yeah. What are the
I
odds?
I know. I mean, she was when they. I mean, she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. But I mean, they hired her in her awkward teenage phase, and who
Yeah.
knew she would turn into like just such a gorgeous person?
She's like the definition of glow up. Like,
Yeah, she really is. I think Shane Kipple kind of meets that too. Like
Yeah.
I will say that probably he's probably another one of my favorite guys is Spinner. I actually really like Spinner.
Yeah, he definitely grows as a character.
yeah.
He does. I
Especially
didn't like
because
him the
he's
first
there the
couple.
whole time.
Right. He just never goes away. But
Is he
he's
there in like later seasons too? How long is he
he
on the show?
yeah. So you guys know about how his arc ends, right? I think you guys have
Yeah.
talked about that, which I'm not okay with. Bad choice. But after that happens, after that fiasco, he's out of the show. He does come back for a brief appearance in, I think, season 13 or 14.
Okay.
Very, very briefly. Yeah, I'm very anti Spinner and Emma.
I think everybody is.
Everybody is except for Stefan. I think he was the one that wrote it, and he's still like, from what I've read, he like stands by that. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I feel like I've read that somewhere that
I don't
he is like the
understand.
only one.
He's our nemesis. It's fine.
Yeah, like it was terrible. I don't understand. I really, really don't understand. I was very disappointed with that.
I still want to like I'm gonna write like a TV movie follow up. Sean comes back, Jane is back. We're gonna rip the couple apart and put together the ones that should have been.
Exactly.
Like, what
We're
is going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still holding out for Sean and Ellie, or not Sean and Ellie. I'm sorry, Craig and Ellie.
Oh my God. Same.
I
Did
that
they
that
kind of hint that like maybe that's how they it was like very open ended, right? How they ended in
really
the movie.
it was, but I
Yeah.
think they left it open. But yeah, that was probably I think my like favorite almost pairing. I kind of like Jimmy and Ellie too. I kind of wanted to see where that was gonna
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I was a little disappointed with that, but
Missed connections.
Totally. Ellie had so many like almost good relationships.
Right?
I know. Well, and I've listened to your last episode and like, I really do hate what they did with her character, like the last couple of seasons that she was in. Like, she was always, I think the person I wanted to be in high school. I wasn't, but I wanted to be like her. And I loved her. And then once she got to college, it's just like, I don't know what happened. it wasn't good. I wasn't very happy with that.
It still bums me out. Like, I'm ready for them to be gone just because, like, it hurts me so much
Right.
that she's this, like, totally different character.
She got body snatched. It's like
She did get body
a
snatched.
completely different person.
I laughed so hard when I was listening to that podcast when you guys said that, because I'm like, oh my God, yes, that's exactly it. It was just the strangest thing. It was so weird. I was bummed out.
She got recast, but the same actress.
It was, yeah, I recast the personality. Yeah, she just wasn't the Ellie that we knew and loved. Because Ellie was just such a badass. And then,
Yeah, she was awesome, and then they ruined her.
yeah, I blame Jesse.
Definitely.
Partially blame Jesse for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful man, but Jesus.
Just, like, everyone's terrible boyfriend.
Just a
Yes.
terrible mistake for
That
anybody.
really was a compilation of like every characteristic that you can have for like the worst boyfriend ever.
Pretty much, yeah. Plus, like, so beautiful that, like, you try to look past all of it.
Exactly.
I know. He really was beautiful. It was such a shame.
Oh, Jesse.
So,
goodness.
before we let you go, is there, like, any of our opinions that you're like, no, you're wrong, and you need to, like, just air this beef while you have us?
I mean, I think you guys are pretty spot on. Like I was saying earlier, I actually really like Toby, so that would be the only thing I would disagree on. I admit that he is terrible at times. He is pretty freaking terrible at some times, but I don't know, there's just something about him that he just makes me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now we're like really good. We're like good with Toby right now.
I've been enjoying him.
Yeah.
Season 7 Toby is great.
I think we just have we have a love-hate relationship with Toby because I think we know he can be so good, but then he is gross and we don't understand why.
Yeah, he started off really strong in the first episode, and then it just kind of, but I feel like, and it's a shame, I feel like in the later seasons, they maybe could have used him more, and they didn't, because that's when he started getting a little better, but he was, that would probably be I'm trying to think if there's anything, most of the things that you guys have said, like I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, yes, it's so on point, so no major grievances, no.
Okay, good.
We'll continue
beautiful.
on.
Sean and Emma should have been together, or should have ended up together. I'm on board.
Yes, perfect.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Bethany.
Like double the time.
I know, we keep saying we're like 10-minute conversation, and then we're like, no, but let's talk forever.
I enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, totally.
Is there anything that you want to plug, like your Twitter handle or anything before we go?
I am very, very boring on Twitter. It's all political posts. And,
we encourage that.
But you know what? It's Bethy B 1981 is my Twitter name. And as far as can I plug something like another podcast?
Yeah, totally do it.
Brain Candy Podcast. It is, I don't know if you guys have heard it yet, but it is Susie from Road Rules Australia. And
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
And is it Sarah? Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah from Real World Brooklyn, and it is fantastic. It's just two very smart women talking about, I mean, there's just so many things that they discuss. If you're a fan of the shows, if you're a fan of Real World and Road Rules, they do a couple of episodes where they talk about some behind the scenes stuff, so it's kind of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That's right up my alley.
I was a huge
I still watch the challenge.
I just actually have gotten to a point where I'm like, I don't think I can watch it anymore because I don't recognize the people, because I haven't watched a season of The Real World since Key West.
True. Yeah, I definitely started dropping off of watching The Real World. I think the last season I watched was the explosion one or whatever. But
yeah.
But they bring back some Darrell is back on the show now. He's coming back.
I did watch this recent season because Darrell and CT were on it, so I was like, okay, I'll watch that.
I think Derek is going to be on the next season of the challenge, which I'm very excited about.
Really?
Because he hasn't been back in forever.
Have to...
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always one of my favorites. Oh, I loved him. Yeah, I might have to actually watch it then.
Yeah, it's
but
like,
yeah, they're
yeah, it's like the
yeah,
30th and like the 30th season. So I think they're like bringing
oh,
out
and
everyone
Veronica
they
was
can.
on it too, right? Did I see that too? That Veronica was going to be back.
Yeah, Veronica's going to be back. She was, yeah. So they're bringing back some old vets for like the people who've been there from the beginning, I guess.
Right. May have to start watching it again. But yeah, if you were a fan of the show, Brain Candy is a great podcast to listen to. They're wonderful. So
definitely have to check that out.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. We had a really nice time talking to you.
I think we're talking with you guys too. Thank you so much.
And we're always here to talk Degrassi with you if your other friends won't.
Fantastic.
Email us whenever you need to.
I will.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you again to Bethany for supporting us on Patreon and like having this awesome conversation with us today.
It was amazing to talk to you.
And if you want to talk to us or get other prizes and things, you can help us out on Patreon. That would be extremely cool.
Yeah, we got lots of cool stuff on there.
Human disaster.
And also, if you want to be featured on any future Grapevine segments, you can tweet at us at Degrassi Pod. We're on Instagram at Degrassi Pod. We're on Tumblr, whateverittakes.tumblr.com. You can email us at whateverittakespodcast@gmail.com. And you can find us all over the place at Stitcher and Spreaker and iTunes and SoundCloud. And I think we might be on iHeartRadio now. I'm not really sure.
Unclear.
And if you're on iTunes, if you can rate, review, and subscribe, that would be really awesome. And if you leave us a review, we will make up a Degrassi fanfiction for you on the spot. Leave any preferences in the review. We always have a really fun time with that. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HollandTacular.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at KelSucks with a Z at the end.
And what are you going to be recommending today?
Let me pull it up before I forget. I'm going to recommend an illustrator, Alex Crocus. He is on Instagram at ALEXKROKUS. We have friends in common, and this girl, Jensen, that I was friends with during and post-college, but I haven't seen her in a while. Shouts out, Jensen. Give me a call. But she's featured in it a lot as, like all of his characters are just people that he knows in life, but they're drawn as animals. Oh, cool. And it's all about her weird food choices because she is a true nightmare with pizza. She puts corn on it. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
Corn on pizza can be fine. I've had that before. But cool. I am going to recommend the new Netflix series Glow, Glamorous Ladies of Wrestling. It has Mark Maron in it, Alison Brie, lots of other cool people. I started watching it this weekend with my sister, and it's really good. I really like it so far. It's pretty funny. But that is everything that we have for you guys today. This is the shortest episode in existence. But thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye, Panthers.
Bye, Panthers.